Chest day, best day, day 15. So it's chest and triceps. Today I'm at a different gym, as you can tell. Might go to this gym a little bit more often because it was reminiscent of Pure Muscle and Fitness. Bro, this place was stacked. Had like so many machines for every body part. It was great. A lot better than the gym I go to in most of my videos. But anyways, we start off the workout with flat barbell bench press. So I don't usually do flat barbell bench press. I did in one of the other chest videos in the bulk series, but this is the first time doing it while cutting, and I could definitely notice the difference in strength. I could only get 225 for 7 reps by myself, which is like pretty pathetic for me. I hit it for 9 back in the bulk days, but I know for sure I can hit it for more once I get back into a surplus. But anyways, what's interesting here is that we only do one set of bench. Now, the reason for that is because it didn't feel very good on our chest. The reason I didn't do flat bench for more sets is because it just didn't feel good on my chest, and we just didn't feel like going heavy and doing flat bench on that day, so we just moved on. If you ever feel like your pump sucks on a specific exercise, you don't feel like doing that exercise, you don't want to go heavy on flat bench, just train your ego, then switch exercises. That's exactly what I did here. Instead of doing the flat bench, I go and do incline machine press. This is a brand new machine. I've never tried it before. It is pretty light though. Like I did the full stack for 2 sets. It wasn't like that's on a cut as well. Like it wasn't even that heavy, but it was a great contraction. Perfectly in line. Like the motion is perfectly in one direction. So you don't really see, like for an incline press with a barbell, you kind of decide where the bar goes. Here it's completely straight up, which completely just targets the upper pecs. Targeting your chest, remember, targeting your chest is all about your arm path. So if your arm path is more upwards, it's more upper chest and shoulder. And if your arm path is more downwards, it's more your lower chest and triceps as well. So this machine did 4 sets on it. It was an excellent machine, as I mentioned. Numerous drop sets as well. You'll notice that in a lot of my videos, I'm doing drop sets left and right. Just an intensifier technique. I feel like doing a set of 10 to 12 reps just by itself to failure isn't really enough for me at times, especially because most of the time I'm just going heavy and really not getting a crazy contraction. Because I like training heavy and I go heavy and I just do a drop set instead of doing like a set that would take me like 40 to 60 seconds time under tension, which is kind of the goal we're going for. It's not really about reps in terms of training, it's more about time under tension. So if you can get good time under tension by doing heavy weight, which most people can't because they tire out at around 8 to 10 reps, throw in a drop set, increase the time under tension, and allow the muscle to grow a lot more. 4 sets there, and we move on to this converging chest press. A lot different from the one that I used in the previous gym. I thought it would be the same, so I loaded up 2 1/4 plates, thinking I would get the same amount of reps, but it certainly was not the case. I ended up getting like 8 reps and having to do a drop set instead. So if you don't get the amount of reps that you were going for, do a drop set real quick. Like I got 8 reps, I was going for something like 12. So I did 8 with the heavyweight, dropped the plate, and just repped it out until failure. That's what you got to do sometimes. You can't just like leave a set there and waste a set, because every set counts, every rep counts. Rep quality and set quality over the amount of sets and reps that you do 100 times out of 100. 3 sets on that machine. Next is the pec deck. So I always like to include 1 fly movement at least in my workout. Sometimes I'll do 2 fly movements because the main focus right now for my chest is getting it wider, not necessarily thicker from the side. Obviously, I want it to get thicker from the side as well. I want to build a shelf on the upper chest. My main goal is to get a wider chest because I kind of have narrow clavicles. If you look at Phil Heath's build and how his chest looks when he does it most muscular, that's kind of the style I'm talking about. I kind of want to widen my chest, and the best way to do that is by doing a ton of flies. So here we're doing the pec deck. First 2 sets I go pretty light, control the weight. I'm not just going for weight at this point, but on the last set, demons go on my back. I get this urge. I'm like, holy crap, I know I can do the stack on this. So I just load up the stack and I rep it out for a bunch of reps. People are going to say it's not optimal, but to be completely honest, being optimal sometimes is just not optimal. So this pec deck here, oh my God, the squeeze, it was crazy. Even going heavy, I still felt it really well. I don't know, I feel like the mechanics of this pec deck are different from the one I used at the other gym, simply because I was able to get a lot more reps on it than usual. And with freaking 295 pounds, which I've never done on any pec deck machine. 3 sets there, that totals us to around 11 sets for chest. That is a pretty good number to hit, considering we hit chest 2 days a week. So you'll notice I'm not doing specifically high volume or specifically high intensity. I'm doing both. Every week I'm getting like 20 to 25 sets of every body part, and that includes biceps and triceps individually, because every muscle group for me needs that amount of volume. And as you can see by the way I train, I'm pretty much training every set to failure, and half, if not more, of my sets are drop sets or supersets. So I am training crazy hard, and I am training a lot. I have not taken a rest day in a week. Like literally in 7 days, I'm not taking a rest day. Why? Because I don't feel like I need one. My body's recovering fast enough. And I'm very grateful for that because that indicates that I have good genetics for recovery. That is extremely important. If you have good genetics for recovery, you're going to recover a lot faster. You're going to be able to train harder. That's just another part of the equation that a lot of people do not consider. Moving on, triceps. We do a straight bar push down. You can see here, I'm ego lifting, as you would love to call it. I'm putting on the whole stack and pressing it down. It kind of hurt my elbow, so I decided to switch up the straight bar for the rope. I've been loving the rope a lot more because the squeeze at the bottom is immaculate. Again, here I don't get the amount of reps I wanted to with the straight bar, so I quickly do a drop set. Feels 100 times better on the drop set. No elbow pain or whatever. And just repping that out, getting a crazy pump. So the first set was kind of mediocre, but the second and third sets with the rope and the fourth set with the rope as well, absolutely immaculate. Why? Because of the squeeze and the stretch. On the last set, I specifically focused on the stretch at the top, which is why you'll see the way I'm pulling it is a lot different. I'm pushing the rope down vertically completely instead of on an angle, and that allows my tricep to stretch at the top of the movement, and the squeeze is a little bit different because my arms are extended outwards. Just trying to hit the tricep from all different angles. And speaking of which, we do this overhead extension with the rope, trying to really target the long head of the tricep. So I've mentioned in previous videos that the long head of the tricep is the part that is most important in your arms for the front double bicep because it allows that giant sweep at the bottom. Makes your arm look a lot bigger, is really important in that pose. The lateral head from the side and the back is most important, but overall you want to get some long head in as well. It's the biggest head of the tricep, so it's going to account for the most meat on the actual muscle. So don't just do your press downs and your close grip presses. You need to do some overhead stuff to really target the long head the most. Last but not least, we kind of looked around for like dip machines and stuff, but this gym was just packed. It was Costco on a Saturday afternoon. Dude, this gym was packed at this point, so we could not find any machines. So instead, we kind of just goofed around, found this dip machine, and pretty much just did that. 2 sets of like this backwards dip press thing that I did a while back. It was pretty good, obviously not the best. My triceps aren't going to be fried tomorrow morning, but you got to make do with what you got. So we did 9 sets of triceps and 11 sets of chest, 20 sets in total for the workout. Did not end up doing calves and cardio today because there just was no time. I'm going to make up for it, obviously, because I can't be skipping out on those. Make sure you do your cardio and you hit your calves because you can't be complaining about how small your calves are when you don't even train them enough. That's it for this chest day. Hope you liked it. Tomorrow is going to be freaking leg day. Suddenly I'm thinking I might need a rest day.